Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradham Gurum Mumukshunam Hitataya Tatva Bodho Vidhiyate. Sthoola Shariram Kim, which is Panchikrita Panchamahabhuta Kritam. So it is made of the reconstituted subtle elements. So what is the second aspect of this Sthoola Shariram according to Adi Shankaracharya? It's Sat Karma Janyam. This Sthoola Sharira, this Manushya Sharira, is a result of your good karmas that you have done in so many incarnations. So as a result of this is what you have. You are not born as a primitive. You are not born as a pygmy. You are not born as an animal. You are not born as a frog. So we don't know how many millions of years ago, or how many million incarnations ago, whatever you did good karma, you got this Manushya Shariram. Manushya Shariram Satkarma Janyam Jantunam Narajanma Durlabhamataha. Adi Shankaracharya in Viveka Chudamani says the rarest of the rare thing is to get the human birth, because human birth comes after millions and trillions years of evolution. So what is that millions and trillions of evolution? You go through from being that original state of the spirit, you go through all this evolution. Pullahi, Pudai, Puluvai, Maramahi, Pal Virhamahi, Paravayai, Pambai, Kallai, Manidarai, Peyai, Kanangalai, Valla Surarahi, Munivarai, Tevarai, Sellanindra Tavara Sangamuttul, Yella Pirappum Parandalithen. Oh my Lord, I have been a grass, I have been a little insect, I have been a little worm, I have been a tree, I have been multiple animals, so many different animals, a snake, a bird, all this I have gone through. Finally, I obtained this human body. So that's what Narajanma Durlabham. So then in the human body, because of good karma, then you attain where you are born, your family circumstances, your parents. So those are all determined by your good karma, because you're not born as a pygmy or a primitive. You're not born in a remote forest in an Andaman Nicobar island, or a remote forest in Australia or Africa or India. So you're born as a normal human being because of Satkarmas. So that is the second aspect of the Sthoola Shariram. So what is the third aspect? The third aspect, this is Sthoola Shariram, is obtained because of the grace of Lord Shiva, so that we can work out our karmas by experiencing the suffering or the joy as per whatever karmas we had done. So while working out this karma, the lesson, the idea is to work out your karmas in such a way that you don't generate any more bad karmas, but you generate good karmas, so that you can realize your oneness with that Shivam, that Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So this is given to us as like a laboratory. So you work out, and in the process of working out your karmas, there also is you laying your road to moksha. So that is why this Shariram is given. So that is the second aspect. The third aspect. This is the third aspect. First was this Panchikrita Panchabhuta Krita. That was one aspect. Second aspect was because of Satkarmas. And the third aspect of the Sthoola Shariram is given to us as a receptacle for working out your karmas. Now, what is the fourth aspect, which is the most main important aspect we have to understand? Because we have this rare human body, even though this is given to us to work out the karmas, this is not going to last forever and ever and ever. Why? Because it exists in the womb, is born, then it grows, then it changes, then it decays and dies. Because of the last two of the six aspects vikara. Shad vikara with it. So the last two of these shad vikara is the most important. Kshiyate, it decays. And then decaying, it is gone. It dissolves. Vinashyati. Exists in the womb, comes into being, grows, changes, decays, and dissolves. Like in this picture, there's a little child. It comes in the born, and it grows. Vardate, viparinamate, changes. Apakshiyate, decays, right here on the right side. And then vinashyati, right here you see the skeleton. So that's what the fourth aspect of the Sthoola Shariram is. But remember, the Sthoola Shariram is not Atma yet. He is just telling us what is, when he said this Atma is not your Sthoola Shariram, in the definition of what the Sthoola Shariram, he says these are all one of the aspects. Adi Shankara did this Bhaja Govindam, and then he tells us how this body changes. Balastavad Krida Shaktaham Tarunastavad Taruni Shaktaham. Balastavad Krida Shaktaham. Childhood I spent in playing, youth by romance, and then Vriddhastavad by worries, afflictions. Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. Never thought of my real identity with the Brahman. Hardly anyone who wants to be lost in the Parabrahman. Parame Brahmani Kopinam. Not one. Most of us are going through all this. Nalini Dalagata Jalamati Taralam Tadvajjivitam Atishaya Chapalam. Just as a drop of water on a lotus leaf. Nalini Dalagata Jalamati Taralam. Tadvajjivitam Atishaya Chapalam. That's your life is. It dances around for a while and it's gone. Lokam shoka hatancha samastam ma kurudananjana yahuvana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam maya mayamidam akilam hitva brahmapadantam pravisha viditva. So ma kurudananjana yavana garvam. Don't arrogate yourself with the arrogance of don't be proud, don't be arrogant with your wealth, with the people that are around you, and not by your youth, and because these are all will be gone in a flash. Arati nimeshat kala sarvam. This entire world is maya mayamidam akilam hitva brahmapadam tam pravisha viditva. So go for the truth, which is the eternal truth here. And then we'll conclude with our most favorite saint, Tirumular, about this body. What he has to say about this body. These three beautiful verses. ஊரெல்லாம் கூடி ஒலிக்க அழுதிட்டு பேரினை நீக்கி பிணம் என்று பெயரிட்டு சூறையங்காட்டில் கொண்டு போய் சுற்றிட்டு நீரினில் மூழ்கி நினைவொழிந்தார்களே. Somebody passes away, all the surrounding, all this Uralam, all the villagers come and they cry so loud that everybody can hear. Now they put it in loudspeakers in India. I don't know why. So Perine Niki Pinam Indru Peritu. And the name is gone. Now it's called Pinam, that body. So somebody is dead. And the neighbor says, do you know that person so-and-so is dead? Really? I just saw him yesterday. I was just talking to him. So how did he die? Just like that. Then they all come, then they cry. Okay, so then the third question the person asks, so when are they going to take the body? They don't say, when are they going to take so-and-so? They're going to say, when are they going to take the body? So the name is gone. Then what they do, Suryangatul Kondubai Suttitu, they take it to the cremation ground and set it to fire. Then what they do, they just pour waters on their head and forget that thought of that person. So that's why, when this is a constant ritual in every death, that the kith and kin, and when they go and finish all these final cremation rituals, they pour buckets of water over your head so that you can cool off and then come back to a different reality. So, Perinil Mulgi, Ninaippolindargal, Nirinil Mulgi, Ninaippolindargale. So, by pouring waters on their head, forget that person, Ninaippolindargale. Occasionally you may remember them, but eventually they're gone. But it takes some time, sometimes it's right away, a few days, sometimes it takes a few months, sometimes it takes a few years, but eventually the thoughts are all gone. And then he tells in the next verse, for the question, how did this person die so suddenly, he gives a very typical scene that could be applied even today. Adappanni vaittar, adisilai undar, madan allalodu mandanam kondar, idapakkame irai nondadendar, kidakkapaduttar, kidandolindare. Adappanni vaittar. Chattiar has a good business, so he is out there working in his factory, whatever it is, doing something in his business. So he sends one of his servants home, tell madam that I'm coming home for lunch today. So the servant comes and says, oh ayya, இன்னைக்கு சாப்பாட்டுக்கு வரேன்னு சொல்லிருக்காரு. So he comes, Adappanni vaittar. Adappanni vaittar means he sent somebody to have his wife make good lunch for him. Then he comes home for lunch, and then he has a very good lunch. Mada nallalodu mandanam kondar. So Chettiar is looking at this lunch and then looking at his wife. I don't know who to admire, this lunch or you. You look so beautiful, so pretty today. And this lunch is so tasty. Mada nallalodu mandanam kondar. So he had a good time with his wife. And then after a while, he says, oh Sivagami, I have a little pain on my left side. Idapakkame irai nondadendrar. Then, please lie down. Let me call the doctor. Let me call the Vaidyar. So he just lays down. Kidakkapaduttar, kidandolindare. Before the Vaidyar could come, over. Typical scene of a heart attack today. Tirumala said this thousands of years ago. So the reason we're talking about all this is the Sthoola Shariram is not permanent. So that is, which is not Atma. So we are identifying ourselves with the Sthoola Shariram. So that's what we're talking about. And then Tirumala also says that death doesn't leave anybody. It is the most fair judge. So it doesn't give you an exception to anybody. No exception for anybody. And you cannot even buy time with death. Well, you could be the president, you could be the prime minister, you could be the CEO, you could be the Panchayat Board, Talaivar, whatever it is. Nattukku Nayagan, president. Nammur Talaimagan, Panchayat Board president. Kattichivega yondru eri kadamurai. All of these people have to finally ride this one ride. Where everybody comes behind them. They used to come behind them before when they were alive. But there's this last ride also, they come behind. And when they come behind, and then in front of that body, there'll be a lot of halabalo, the drumming, paraikotta, natukku nambi nadakindravare. Even the president of this country is having his final journey. Natukku nayagan nammur talaimagan காட்டிச்சிவிகை ஒன்று ஏறி கடமுறை நாட்டார்கள் பின் செல்ல முன்னே பறைகொட்ட நாட்டுக்கு நம்பி நடக்கின்றவாறே. So that's our Sthoola Shariram, and which is not Atma. So if you have any questions, we will discuss.
Swami, I have one question. You talked about the Sampathi, right? The 7 qualifications.
6.
Are they sequential? Or are they? What I mean is, do you develop one after the other, or do they all?
They're all simultaneous. Samadhi, Shatka, Sampathi.
Okay.
So these are the 6 qualifications, which is one of the 4 aspects. It's called Sadhana Chatushtayam. The first is Viveka, then Vairagya, then this Samadhi, Shatka, Sampathi, and then the 4th one is called Mumukshutvam, the desire for liberation, for moksha. So in the 3rd aspect, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampathi, these are the 6 ones. Shama, which is the control of the mind. Dhamma, which is control of the senses. Then Uparama, dedication to your assigned duties. Then the 4th one is Titiksha, balanced state of mind in suffering or joy. Then the fifth one is Shraddha, faith in the teaching of the scriptures and Vedanta. And the last one is Samadhanam, which is harmony or one-pointedness. So if you look at this, they are kind of simultaneous. Why simultaneous? Because the control of the mind. So how does the mind operate? The mind operates through the senses. The eyes are the worst of the senses because the rest of the senses operate in your near vicinity, whereas the eye could operate in a long distance mode. So the eye sees something, like you're driving and then at a distance you see ice cream parlor. Your eyes have seen it. Now your mind and buddhi comes into play. The mind says, go and have an ice cream. It's too hot. But the buddhi says, no, last time you had an ice cream you had a cold. Then you developed a fever. Buddhi says. But the mind says, oh, you're not going to come again this way. Let's go and have it one more time. I'll be okay. So, first is, we lost the control with the eye by looking at the ice cream and then everything comes in. So the eye started first. So that is control of the senses. The control of the mind, they all have to be simultaneous. It doesn't come in a kind of sequence. It doesn't put them in an order. So the mind says, no. Eyes, you turn away from there. Look at your traffic. Otherwise you're going to go hit somebody. So that's mind control and sense control simultaneously. So that is so far as Shama and Dhamma. Now, Uparama is dedication or commitment to your own assigned duties. Now, when would you deviate from commitment to your duty? When your mind plays tricks with you. You know, if you have your duty, if you have something assigned to do that in your station that you're supposed to do, and the mind says, oh, take a day off, or say, go and do this, or do this, instead of doing what it's supposed to be. While committed to doing my duty, oh, today is too cold, today is too hot, oh, today I am upset because something happened, or today I'm happy, let me take a day off. So all this kind of work simultaneously, because if you don't have the titiksha, balanced mind, you won't be able to dispense your duties, which is called Uparama. So Uparama is dedication to your duty, titiksha being a balanced mind. So unless you are in a balanced mind, you won't be able to dedicate yourself to your duty. And then if you study Vedanta and the Guru is teaching something, you have to have faith in all this. Remember, now we are talking about your qualifications for studying Tatva Viveka or Atma Tattvam. So, in order to study Atma Tattvam, Tatva Viveka, in order for you to be able to spend the time and your resources, you have to have faith in the teaching of Vedanta. If you don't believe there is this ultimate Brahman, and if you don't believe this is Atma, then that Jiva Brahma Aikyam, if you don't believe in all these Vedanta teachings, then you're not going to invest your time and effort in learning this. So that is where Shraddha comes in. Now once all this are there, then you have to have one-pointedness. You can't be distracted. Samadhanam is focused, one-pointedness and harmony. And mentally you have to be in a harmonious state most of the time. So all this kind of work together, Patanjali Yoga Sutra also, when Patanjali says Ashtanga Yoga, we all think there are steps. You know, there are CDs, like CDs in the sense one after the other. No. When he says Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Jnana, Samadhi, these eightfold aspects of yoga, people think, oh, I have to do yamas, then I have to do niyamas, then I have to do asanas, then I have to do pranayama, go from one to another. But then I have to concentrate. Dharana, then I have to go into meditation, then I go into samadhi. No. They are not sequenced. They have to happen simultaneously. As far as this question is concerned, yes, they are simultaneous.
Thank you, Swami.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunatu Dharhiryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Viddhishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.